Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. There is something I have been dying to try, and I specifically purchased this Juno Co sponge for it. I read an article on Allure's website, and I'll make sure and link it for you down below, talking about how an Australian beauty blogger had discovered a way to reapply sunscreen over makeup without disturbing it too much. And I was like, oh, I read on. I was like so intrigued. And I thought we'd try that today. Before we get going, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And it starts with a dry Juno Co Original Blue Microfiber Sponge and your favorite sunscreen. So I'm just going to squeeze some of this, a very generous amount, here into my palm. We'll leave that there in case we need more. And the idea is, if you use it dry, you can just tap it in. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, I'm worried I'm going to ruin my makeup, and I'm supposed to go out and have dinner with friends tonight. But it says it doesn't ruin it, so let's see. And instead of dragging, you're just supposed to pounce. There's very little being picked up. Very, very, very little. I'm going to put a little bit more on. I think if you were to drag it, you might have more of your makeup being disturbed, but I really feel like there's not a lot being picked up at all. I've been looking for a way to reapply sunscreen over makeup since I went in to get a full body skin check from my dermatologist in June, and I had to have a biopsy on my nose. And I was worried. She said it looked like it could be basal cell carcinoma. Thankfully it wasn't. When the biopsy came back, it was negative, totally benign, which was great, but nothing like a small skin cancer scare to really make you more mindful of how to get more sunscreen on. And for me, my excuse was I can't put any more on over my makeup once I get my makeup on for the day. And I thought, is makeup really worth not putting on sun protection? So I've been doing research, and this was probably the most interesting thing that I read about. Wow, you know, this actually does work. I finally have all of it, all of the sunscreen. The last little bit of it is here. I'm gonna make sure to hit down here as well. This is so surprising. I just am beyond astounded. Beyond. I feel like since I have every part of my face that is covered in makeup, with the exception of my eyes and my lips covered in this, here's what's interesting. Look at the sponge. There really is very, very little. And I could feel like there was a little bit of the sunscreen being absorbed into the sponge, but not a lot. It still feels very firm, very dense. And I bought this specifically to try it out on this technique, and look, it still looks pretty good. I don't know that I would say my blush and bronzer, it does look a little splotchy, but I'm sure I could easily touch that up. But I think everything else looks pretty good. I'm really quite impressed. So it works. I like how it makes my skin look glowy, like really pretty. I don't feel like it makes me look greasy. Wow, I'm floored. Okay, I don't feel bad going out to dinner looking like this, but our reservation is for out on the patio at this restaurant, and I was like, I'm gonna need some sunscreen. So sunscreen and a pair of sunglasses to get me through, I think will do just fine. So yeah, approved. If you want to find a way to add sunscreen over the top, I definitely recommend this. I mean, it's not as if there isn't any makeup on here, but there's such a minimal amount. I was really expecting it to be significant, like it would just pick it up. And I think it looks pretty good. Not as ideal, but of course, I'd already been wearing this full face of makeup for almost 6 hours today. And I was like, oh, I could touch up my makeup. No, sunscreen. And yeah, it doesn't, my skin doesn't feel greasy, but I have a whole nother layer on. I love, love, love that. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this all summer long. I'm just gonna I think it works great. Let me know if you have any other great ways to reapply sunscreen over makeup during the summertime. I'd love to hear your ideas. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.